Good morning, millennials.
Good morning, millennials.
Welcome to the #1 morning show ever.
Of all time.
Of all time. Not as good as the one in
Morning
Glory. What was it called?
The morning, oh, fuck, I forget.
With Harrison Ford. Honestly, by the way, we've been saying that we want to host like a toaster movie night. By the way, we should. And we should do it.
Morning Glory. And
Morning
that should
Glory.
also be a toast movie of the week if the movie night does not
Yes.
happen.
Oh, wait, let me add it to my list.
Add it to your list.
Because we keep saying them. Oh, is today the day we're going to discuss the movie of the week?
Yes.
Oh, and we have to do Dear Toasters.
Yeah, we have a very busy day.
Margot,
Snitch will be emailing us the best of Dear Toasters.
Pull Dear Toasters. Do you know the password?
No.
I'll text it to you.
Okay.
Anyways, we have such a fun show for you today. Sadly, this is our last show together for like
So long.
almost 2 weeks until next Monday. So tomorrow, Claudia's going to Raleigh. I will be co-hosting with Ben.
Back by popular
Back
demand.
by popular demand, and also back by his demand because he had the best
Because he
time.
demanded it.
I did ask him, but it was just so fun last week. You guys loved it. I loved it. He loved it. So we're going to do it again tomorrow. And then no show Friday. We're finally taking those summer Fridays we were all talking about for so long.
I wouldn't be here anyway because me and Margot fly back in from Raleigh on Friday morning. And you guys take a break, we take a break. You guys take the day off. Colin's sick. Fuck that shit.
No, totally. And like all summer, we've been talking about these summer Fridays that were going to happen for us, and they just never happened because we've been serving up premium content. So we're taking the day.
But we really do have 2 exciting weeks because after this week, Jackie's gone for the entire week, right?
Yeah.
And Monday and Tuesday, I have Taylor Strecker co-hosting, who is very demanded by all because we haven't caught up with her since the toast. You know? And she's just such a great co-host. And I think that we needed 2 days together because A, she's just a great host and offers great insight into the Fast Five, but she's also a guest and people want to know like what happened, and I really just want to talk to her because I love her. Wednesday, back by popular demand, Ben again. Let us know if you get sick of Ben. Also,
But I'm just excited for you and Ben because
Right.
like Ben is a great co-host like for me as fulfilling the hosting duties, but as a married couple, like that's a flavor we haven't seen before on the show.
That's true. And maybe we'll fight or something.
Maybe you'll renew your vows. Snitch, get
Should I wear my
officiated.
veil? Margot, get ordained. Go to ordained.com.
Okay, who's getting married? Sorry, I'm
Claudia
reading
and
Dear
Ben
Toasters.
are renewing their vows live on the Toast
Oh my God,
next
I'm
week.
in.
Wait,
Okay.
that's such a cute idea.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
so
beer
Real
mint.
Housewives, but
even
it's
though it's a
also a curse.
It's a curse because everyone on the Real Housewives who renews their vows gets divorced. Mario and Ramona, Vicky and Don.
But that's why you have to renew your vows not as like a last chance, but as like when things are good.
Wait, actually, me and Ben's 1-year anniversary is coming up. Should we save it for that and do like a whole No, you know what? Let's just do it.
Yeah, like because you have to do the renewal of the vows like when things are good because then it's not a curse. Then
Yeah.
it's just like a fun thing that you're doing.
And then Thursday, we have the points guy, Brian Kelly, coming as a guest and a host. I'm really excited for people to get to know him like on a deeper level because yes, he runs literally the most successful company ever and he's like so smart, but he's also just like the funnest, coolest, fun-loving guy. And I just can't wait for everyone to see both sides. We had dinner last night. We were just like, talking strategy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
big
always
time.
a good time. And then another summer Friday because we've earned it.
And then another summer Friday because Thursday night I'm doing 2 shows in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. First one sold out, so we added a second one. Second one's almost sold out, so make sure to get your tickets at girlwithnojob.com. And then I'm driving back. I just know I'll be tired and like I wouldn't be able to give it my all after 2 shows and then driving back. So.
But luckily it's Friday and it's summer, so it's a summer Friday.
And in the words of my inspiration, Rebecca Black, you got to get down on Friday.
You just gotta.
You really do.
Also, in the words of my inspiration, something that's really just like...
Who's your inspiration?
My inspiration today is Margot's shirt, which states, "Don't worry, be monkey."
Which, is so
Profound.
and deeply insightful that I don't know how Zara came up with it.
No, like this is my favorite shirt of Margot's, and I know she hates wearing it because I just never tell her.
Talking about
It's honestly lame as fuck.
It makes no fucking sense. Don't worry, be monkey.
Right, like monkeys eat bananas. Like, are you telling me to go on a diet?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Also, let's put this debate to rest. Zara or Zara?
Zara.
Zara.
Zara. Well, we're just obnoxious and we say,
Well,
like,
is it an American company? Because if it's an
No.
American company, it's not?
No, it's British.
Then I'm inclined to think it's Zara.
It is Zara for them and it's Zara for us.
Like, ASOS, what is it, ASOS? No. It's
ASOS?
No, people say it's ASOS. No.
No.
Adidas, sorry. Adidas is a UK company and it's really pronounced Adidas.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it is.
no,
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is. Yes, it is.
All day I dream about sports, you mean?
Yes, exactly. Also, I'm sipping on Oland Spring, our official sponsor.
I love me some Olin Spring when I'm not worrying and being monkey.
Monkeys need water too.
That's my motto for the day. If anyone sees me worrying, just let me know. Don't worry. Be monkey.
Also, me and Jackie are both watching on YouTube today because the comments yesterday were so lit, and I was really pleased.
Be monkey. Don't be all like unmonkey.
Are you gonna be okay with this fucking shirt?
This shirt drives me crazy.
Margot, we have to have a ceremonial burning of the shirt. I'm sorry.
Okay, but I don't think Jackie's gonna be okay with that.
No, I can't.
Do you want it?
This shirt just
No,
gives
honestly,
me-
when we get to a clubhouse level of our set, we need to frame the shirt and hang it on the wall. We need like a toaster. We need.
we have Steven's email from Summer House.
Yeah, we need those old letters we used to use, the J and the C.
Oh my God.
So sad from Amazon. What else do we need to put up there? Oh, I get so many gifts at
Like
my meet and greets
spoons.
for us. Like I got this big stuffed animal toast.
We need to get a pillow by Craig from Sun
Yes.
Charm.
By the way, did you see Andy Cohen's Instagram stories yesterday
Yes,
all
I-
about toast?
I did.
People think he's subliminally talking to us, and as much as I want to believe it, he's not.
Here's the thing, he's not for sure. Like, I can tell you that he's not, but let's just pretend that he is and it's fun and this is hilarious.
Because I forget that like toast is also a piece of bread because now it's just solely the #1 morning show in the entire world.
Right, but he's talking toast, toasters, like all forms of toast.
No, it's definitely subliminal.
Yeah, the timing is weird. It's a little fishy.
And maybe if we all bombarded him on Instagram, reminding him of the morning toast, that would help. Like nobody did that yesterday on Becca Koof's Instagram.
Yes, they did.
Did they?
I got a bunch of stuff.
She posted like right after our show,
Yeah,
and that was like really fucked us up.
I understand. Hopefully she got the message. I feel like she's in tune.
Yeah, no, she definitely gives off the vibe of being in tune with what's necessary.
Definitely. Well, without further ado, we are going to not worry, be monkey, and hit you with the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take
She
a
posted,
bite
like,
out of your
right
morning
after
toast.
our show,
Yeah.
and that was like really fucked us up. Okay, what's up? What's
We
going
have-
on? Hey, Jax, anything go on in the world in the past 24 hours?
A few things actually. We have another wealth of knowledge for you today.
Of course.
But as per
Is
usual,
it a wealth or a well? Because they both
both
make sense.
make sense.
Because like a well is full of water and you need it like to live. Like you need the knowledge
so you
to
could
live.
have like a well full of knowledge, but you could also
have
a
wealth,
wealth
like you're
of
rich in knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Well, today we have a wealth of knowledge
Okay.
for you. Per usual, we're going to start with celebrity news before we get to the really hard-hitting stories that are really taking the world by storm.
Clearly.
By Stormy Webster. First up, Taylor Swift fights back tears at her concert on the anniversary of sexual assault trial verdict. For Taylor Swift, August 14th will always be a bittersweet day. While on stage in Tampa on Tuesday as part of her tour, Swift nearly broke down in tears as she opened up about her 2017 groping trial. Quote, "A year ago, I was not playing in a stadium in Tampa. I was in a courtroom in Denver, Colorado," she bravely began. "This is the day the jury sided in my favor and said that they believed me. I guess I just think about all the people that weren't believed and the people who haven't been believed and the people who are afraid to speak up because they think they won't be believed. I just wanted to say I'm sorry to anyone who ever wasn't believed because I don't know what turn my life would have taken if someone didn't believe me when I said something happened to me. So I just wanted to say we have so much further to go, and I'm so grateful to you guys for being there for me for what was really a horrible part of my life. I wanted to thank you for just I know when I meet you guys at meet and greets and after the shows, you guys tell me about the hard times that you've gone through in your lives, and I really appreciate you trusting me with that information. And you guys have seen me go through so many ups and downs in my life just due to the public nature of the way my life is, and I just wanted to say that I'm so happy to see you and to have you and know you through the ups and downs in my life."
Oh my God, I love her so much. Honestly, that whole trial gives me such a big pit because like when they were like cross-examining her and she was being like so, the lawyer was being like such a little bitch. And then when Kesha went through her thing and Taylor was like one of the only people who literally gave her money. Like, yes, everyone like stands by Kesha, but like Kesha was going through $1 million lawsuit and had absolutely no income.
And she's still fighting Dr. Luke, and Dr. Luke is still working. The Kesha thing like really
It's
bothers
so
me.
unjust.
Like, I just don't understand how that's still happening in 2018.
And Taylor Swift was literally the only person who put her money, I think maybe Lady Gaga too, actually, I don't want to misspeak, but she was one of the only people who like literally put her money where her mouth is. Like literally, she gave her $250,000 to pay her lawyers. Like, Taylor Swift is an icon. I'm sorry, everything she does makes me love her even more, and now I'm even more justified in making my Instagram account Swiftie with no job.
How's that going?
It's, you know what, it's really a passion project. Like, it's not growing in followers so fast, and I couldn't care less. Like, I'm really doing it because, like, on the regular, like, I'm scrolling my Explore page, and I just, like, watch videos of her singing from, like, random award shows, and, like, I really enjoy it. And then just to be, like, to curate my own feed of, like, Taylor moments is, like, I love doing it.
That's great.
It's a passion project of
That's a
mine.
fun hobby.
I know.
People need more hobbies. I'm really big on hobbies these days.
What are your hobbies? Do not say Soul Cycle.
No, I wasn't going
Okay.
to. What are my hobbies? Well, right now I have like things that I have to do that I have to make my hobbies. So like for a while, like doing my apartment became a hobby.
That is a hobby. I
right
love
now,
decorating.
Planning my wedding is
Ugh,
my hobby.
Not a fun hobby.
But like my real hobbies, my real joys in life, like I know you're gonna make fun of me.
Makeup?
Is makeup. Like
Yeah.
sitting down at my vanity and just like doing my makeup.
Painting.
painting my face, like
painting pillows.
I could do that like for fun, even if I'm not going somewhere.
I know what you mean.
And just like watching makeup videos or like going shopping for makeup or talking about makeup, talking with other people about makeup, like that just like gets the people going.
I used to knit, like, and not very well, and like I didn't really make anything except like a scarf literally for a doll. But it was just like fun to like have something to do with your hands, and like you're not on your phone, and like you could just be watching TV. And I feel like I can't watch TV anymore. Like I'm not present.
Yeah.
When you guys made me watch that movie, Wild Child on Netflix, where you were like, you can't be on your phone during this movie, like that was hard for me, but like it was enjoyable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really need to do things to occupy my hands like that aren't my phone.
I agree. And you need to like consciously put your phone away sometimes.
No, it can be so taxing.
You should get one of those like kits. I used to make pot holders at camp. They're like really easy to make, and it's just like a nice activity for your hands. We should get some lanyards.
Or string, like from camp. We'll do it in Camp Toast.
We should make
We're all making friendship bracelets at Camp Toast. I've been getting so many emails about people from like Camp Toast who are just like so excited to be there. Like I got the sweetest email. This woman's like, my daughter went to camp and like I was so jealous. So like I just bought a ticket. I'm like, yes, Renee.
And I've been seeing toasters who are like asking if other toasters are going alone. And a lot of people are going alone. And the bunking is going to be, if there's a toaster you have in mind who you haven't met and you want to bunk with, you can request them. And if not, we'll do your bunks based on like interests and where you're from, so that if you make lifelong friendships,
you can see each other.
You can see each other.
You don't have to travel across country like Annie and Hallie did in The Parent Trap.
Right, and then you'll just live 10 months for 2.
Wait, Jackie. I got such a good question on my bath time Q&A that I was like really thinking about. Like, are you more of a Hallie Parker or an Annie? And I really feel like you're an Annie and I'm the Hallie.
I agree.
And we should really lean into that for Camp Toast.
I'm
in
down.
the words of Cheryl, whatever her name is, lean in.
No,
Who
Cheryl
said the lean in thing?
Sandberg.
Andy Sandberg's mom.
I'm definitely an Annie.
Yeah, you are. You literally, but by the way, you like look the part.
Yeah.
Especially today in your blasé.
Totally.
But I'm much more of like a chill California gal on the vineyard.
And you're also like a prankster. You're bad. And that song, Bad to the Bone. Da, na, 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 na.
And I would really, the only mistake I think Hallie made is I would befriend Meredith Blake, because honestly, like, her parents getting back together is like a movie ending that doesn't happen in real life. So like make the best. Like Meredith Blake was like a big time publicist. She could have gotten you a ton of Instagram followers.
I agree, but not only like their parents getting back together was a sweet thing, but she needed her sis. And also, it's really fucked up that they separated those kids. Like,
I think that's
now
crazy.
There's that documentary, 3 Identical Strangers, and it's about a social experiment. It's a horrible, horrible story, and I refuse to see the movie.
Me too.
Because we know how it ends, because it's a true story. And that's also like the plot of Parent Trap, and it's underratedly fucked up as fuck.
That is so true. Nobody talks about the moral dilemma that is the Parent Trap. Separating twins is like, first of all, twins are like so inextricably like linked emotionally that like them being away from each other, they can feel something missing, and them not knowing that they had a sibling is even more confusing as like a young prepubescent female.
Yeah, it's like you were in utero together, and like those feelings don't just go away.
Wait, that's so crazy. No one talks about that. The inhumanity.
The inhumanité, like this social experiment that like really fucked up social experimenters did.
Honestly, isolation cabin.
Isolation cabin for them. There will be
Honestly,
an isolation cabin at Camp Toast.
Isolation cabin, this thing will like never not be one of my favorite references, because everyone knows it. And it wasn't even that iconic in the movie. It was just like, why did she do that? Like,
because she got like one line.
Oh, and you
she
know,
was like,
and
I have to milk it.
You don't know this, but the woman who did that is Janice from Friends.
I know she's important to you.
And that was like the only role she's had outside of Friends. She's on something now, but like, it's just when you have a role like that, you can't play. That's like Fran Drescher playing something anything other than the nanny.
Really?
Yes, like.
She was that main of how many
No,
episodes?
she wasn't main. She appeared probably once a season, and her coming back was always a joke. They were like, oh, I wonder who's sitting next to us, and it would be Janice. Like, it was just like, and she had the most annoying voice, and like, she's so Janice that her being something else was just weird, you know?
That is weird. Someone wrote something really funny that for Camp Toast, we have to get Chessie from the OC.
Oh my God.
For a special
we need her to make
appearance.
us. Remember that breakfast she made for Hallie, where like Hallie didn't eat anything? She had like a bite of toast, where she had literally like pancakes, waffles. Oh my God.
Because it was Annie, and she doesn't
And
eat.
British people don't eat bread.
Right. That's so...
I went to dinner last night with the Points guy, and I did not eat the bread basket, and it looks so
Where'd
good.
you go?
Amazing restaurant. I don't remember the name.
Where was it? What kind of cuisine?
It was like American Italian. So they had pastas, but they also had like lots of fishes.
Oh,
I got a salmon.
That's my favorite kind of restaurant.
You would love this restaurant.
Do they have good salads?
And it's like fancy, but the decor is like low key. So like I wore a t-shirt.
That's my total vibe.
And I was so weird yesterday. Like I literally like left the house in like jeans and a t-shirt. Like this is like a short sleeve blouse, like a t-shirt. Like it was actually like one of Ben's. Like it said like Cheap Trick on it. Like I just felt like such a girl, like a regular girl, you know?
No, it's always a weird feeling to wear jeans and a tee.
Yeah, and I feel like effortless, beautiful girls are like always wearing jeans and a t-shirt. It's like not a big deal.
Models
like,
off duty.
A big behemoth like me wearing jeans and a tee. It's like revolutionary.
How did it feel?
I was really comfortable.
That's
my
nice.
jeans are fitting so much better these days ever since I literally stopped eating like a hyena. And like, I feel great.
I'm happy
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank
That's
you.
a great feeling.
It is. Not the whole like being hungry thing, but.
No, but at least there's like reward.
Also, you know what the reward is? I've been drinking so much water and my skin is so much better. Like I was going through a rough patch with my skin in terms of like dryness and just like random pimples, and I still get pimples up in my hairline because like when you sweat, like that's unavoidable.
Yeah.
But I've just been looking in the mirror and being like, damn girl, you got good skin.
Are you Gwyneth Paltrow?
Water works. I'm Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wait, what did you just say?
Water works. And I do this whole bit in my show that I'm going to contradict, but water works.
Wow, you guys. Mercury is in retrograde, confirmed, and now double confirmed.
Look at my nails. Mercury is in retrograde. Like, have you ever?
Not good.
No, not good.
Okay, next story is really sad, but reality star Lyric McHenry was found dead at the age of 26.
Oh, shit.
Reality star Lyric McHenry was found dead after an East Coast birthday celebration. New York City police confirm a 26-year-old female was found above the Major Deegan Expressway early Tuesday morning.
What?
The victim was transported to Bronx Lebanon Hospital where she was pronounced dead. Police say there were no obvious signs of trauma. In several Instagram stories posted late Monday evening, Lyric documented her night out in the Big Apple. She tagged herself at the Frederick Hotel, the Soho Grand Hotel, and the Dream Downtown. In addition, the reality star posted video of herself snapping selfies in the bathroom and mingling with friends who wished her a happy birthday. So she is from E.J. Johnson's reality show, E.J. NYC. She was on the series, and then she was also a producer, and he was one of the many friends to wish her a happy birthday earlier in the month. Like, they're really good friends. So, like, this is really sad.
And Margot said, was she pregnant?
20 weeks pregnant.
Yeah. That's what the initial, I don't know if
20 months pregnant,
weeks.
Margot?
Weeks.
Oh, they
20
said
weeks.
months.
But I don't know, he didn't report that, but in the initial story that I read, which
I had saw on Twitter that she was pregnant too.
Yeah.
But how did she die?
she was just found dead, apparently wearing like a pajama top and underwear, like in this, on like
Oh no, that's so sad.
on the highway. I
Like
don't know.
on the Major Deegan, that's like such a random place.
And it's like in New Jersey.
No, it's not. It's all the way up in the Bronx. It's like
Oh, really?
on your
It
way to New
starts-
Jersey. Yeah.
oh.
If you want to get to New Jersey, you got to take the Major Deegan. And when they write it on the traffic signs, they spell it the M-A-J Deegan, and I'm like the Maj Deegan.
You know this story, right?
What?
Oh my God, we were in the car when we were, like not kids actually, like teenagers, and we were on the highway, and I was with Olivia and Vince, and I'm in the back seat, like explaining to someone, we were going to visit someone in New Jersey, and I was explaining where we were, and I was like, we're on the Maj Deegan, and they were like, what are you on? And Olivia and Vince like turn around, they're like, what did you just say? I was like, the Maj Deegan. Because it's M-A-J.
Period. Like they, by the way, it's not like major such a long word. It's literally 2 more letters.
M-A-J-D-E-G-A-N.
No, D-E-E.
Now it says D-E-E, but for a while it was D-E-G-A-N. So I
Okay.
was like, it's the Maj Deegan, and they were fucking shook. And then I like learned that day, I was like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. Wow,
Right.
it's something so different. And then a few months later, doing the same trip, I was with Olivia and someone else. Olivia can attest to this story. And I was like, and we were on it again, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's the Maj Deegan. Like I still couldn't get it.
No,
and
it's
now
such a weird highway. Like the name is so weird. The Major Deegan. Like it literally sounds like we're below the Mason-Dixon
It's
on the
spelled
Major Deegan.
Maj Deegan, but it's the Major Deegan. It's so insane, but I really
Wait, I
appreciate
feel bad laughing.
E-News for spelling it out, because
Yeah.
I would have said Maj Deegan again.
Wait, this is like so sad. And when people just like show up mysteriously, it's like, what the hell happened? Isn't it crazy that like so much shit happens in the world and like only God knows, you know? Mm-hmm. Gemini.
No, but God and the person who didn't, like
Right,
someone
right.
else knows.
Yeah, no, I just like when mysteries go unsolved or like things are like creepy and weird, like I get so freaked out. Like there's so much that like only God knows.
No, I totally agree.
Crazy.
I wonder if we get answers, like, you know.
In the afterlife.
Yeah, I feel like we do.
Wait, like what's with the Illuminati?
Actually, I feel like we don't get answers about John Bonet, but like John Bonet's parents do, you know?
Yeah. Oh, right. Because like we're not entitled like to
yeah.
that sort of information. That's a good point.
You know? Anyways, next story in news that should have happened years ago. Thomas Ravenel quit Southern Charm and says the show took advantage of me amid sexual assault claims. Thomas Ravenel took to Twitter yesterday.
Likely story.
He said on Twitter, quote, "I'm not doing the show anymore. In the contract, they have the right to fictionalize their story. They took advantage of me. I decided I've got too much to lose and informed them I'm not coming back." He's right. They did fictionalize his story because for 6 seasons,
they made it seem like he was a good guy.
They made him look like a good man, and they made Catherine look crazy. So you're right. They did change your story.
By the way, he definitely thought he was like blowing up Bravo's spot by saying like your contract. Like, bitch, we know everything's fake. We watch it all through that lens. Like, please. He thought he was like blowing it up. Like, look at this major information. Like, it's not real. I'm like, oh wow, it's not. Stupid.
Also, like when things are at the court level and things are public access documents, like
there's only so much that Bravo can fabricate.
Right. There's only so much that isn't true.
From a legal standpoint.
Right.
I will not be missing Thomas Ravenel. I'm so here for the era of Calhoun Dennis, excuse me. I'm ready for a fresh start for her, and she can't have that if like her full-time job is working with Thomas.
I agree, but
I do
wish that Thomas like
was at the reunion. There was some sort of reckoning,
or like had to show up to one party season opener and everyone looking at him like you disgusting man.
No, it's like it's unfair. I don't need him in the new season. I needed him at the reunion. Him not having to answer for any of the garbage he did to Catherine, any of the assault claims, and him just being like a terrible person, like that's unfair.
I agree. Also, I don't know how you feel about this, but everyone like posting back and forth about Ashley Jacobs and her Instagram deleting pictures. I'm officially chining her from this show until something actual happens.
Ashley Jacobs?
From the group. Every time she posts something, I don't want to see it in the toasters, you guys. So Ashley Jacobs.
You've been China. Oh, we have a lot of new viewers. That did feel really good. We have a lot of new viewers these days. So if you guys don't know what China is, it's an old school term that we invented, just added to the laundry list of things we invented. When we're done talking about someone, and it started with Black China, like when she was showing her vagina before noon to Rob, like there was just so much going on with her.
Every day was another story about her, and we're like, we just can't talk about her anymore.
So we're getting rid of her. We're China-ing her, and now we just use it for people we're China-ing, like people we don't want to talk about anymore. People we've exhausted talking about. Nick Viall, he's been China'd.
Yeah.
Who else?
I think we China'd
Chloe and Tristan.
The scandal.
The story, not the people.
Not the people.
Actually, and like, I think I've pretty much China'd Tristan. Like, I'm done with him.
Right.
Just anyone you're like, just done with. You can feel free to use that term in everyday life.
Someone who, like, the horse has been beaten. You know, we're done beating a dead horse.
Yeah, they beat horses, don't they? What's that book?
They shoot horses.
They shoot, yeah, another book I didn't read in school. A lot of people were upset with us for not promoting reading. And I'm like, please, eat my ass. Grab a spoon.
But I don't feel bad because enough people promote reading. There's only 2 people in this world who are telling you don't have to read.
Not that you don't have to read, but like, don't feel pressure to read, you know? I can't go into this again. I got like so worked up yesterday.
No, but I feel like there are enough good influences telling you to read, so like, who are we?
Go to goodreads.com.
Right. Okay, this next story is so crazy. News that came out this morning that like isn't really what we typically talk about, but I just find it to be like so sad and wild.
Sad stories are like so sad.
I know, but they happen.
They do, and we can't ignore them.
Shocking photo shows the Genoa bridge crumbling and caving in just a few weeks before it collapsed, killing at least 39 people.
Holy shit.
So at least 39 people are dead after a huge section of Morandi Bridge suddenly collapsed during a fierce storm in Genoa, Italy. New photos taken just weeks before the tragedy shows it crumbling with wires hanging from its sides. Cars and trucks fell 150 feet at 11:30 a.m. as one witness described the carnage as an apocalyptic scene. The bridge was built on the A10 toll motorway in northwestern Italy in the 1960s and was undergoing repairs. Engineers said the 50-year-old bridge was felled by structural issues and not by wind or lightning. The bridge likely had a fatal construction flaw or wear and tear corrosion issues that were missed in inspections.
You know what I'm hearing? You know what I'm hearing? Ask me what I'm hearing.
Hey sis, what are you hearing?
Human error. Like this could have been
avoided.
Like if the bridge had been struck by lightning and Mother Nature took it down, like that's just an unfortunate circumstance. But by the way, who does construction on a bridge while it's still being used? Like that's weird.
That's weird. Also, the pictures from the bridge of the weeks before, there's wires hanging, like
janky.
It does not look safe, and like it doesn't take an engineer to see that there's something wrong with the bridge.
Do you like hold your breath when you go over a bridge? I do. I like freak out. Like the 59th Street Bridge is coming down, you guys. Like it is so janky.
Is it?
Oh my God, it's so janky, and there's like cords around, and like people are walking on it. The psychos who walk across the Brooklyn Bridge are just like asking for it. Like, are you kidding?
Now I'm gonna have a fear of bridges.
No, bridges are so stupid. Like we take the tunnel. I like the tunnel.
I used to be creeped out by the tunnel.
When I'm in the tunnel, I'm like, we're technically underwater. If there's like a small hole, it just like starts draining, and then we all die.
Yeah, you can't think about where you're at. Honestly, yeah, you just have to like cross your fingers, hope for the best. This is a horrible, horrible story. We have some pictures that we're posting to the stream of the bridge collapse.
When I was in high school, there was, okay, let me try and remember the right verbiage. In my physics class, we were learning, we were learning about this thing called natural frequency, where it's like every object on Earth has like a natural frequency that if it reaches, like it just collapses. Like, and it's so rare, it's like so crazy. And this bridge, like years ago, reached its natural frequency, like the wind got to this frequency and it literally just collapsed.
No, and do you see there's one bridge that like reached its frequency, the resonance, as Snitch is saying. And
oh, that's the name of the bridge?
No, that's the name of the thing
that's the
makes it
name of the
shake.
force.
Yeah.
I thought it was the natural frequency.
No, it's resonance.
It's resonance.
I'm pretty sure it's natural frequency.
The bridge,
Let me ask
you
Fracha.
see the bridge shaking. It didn't fall.
Yes, oh yes,
You see
okay.
It's
You're
Google
right.
bridge resonance shaking.
It's so freaky.
And then you'll never get on another bridge.
No, I'm done with bridges. Like, there's so many bridges in the city. We got the Triborough, which has been weirdly renamed the RFK, which is like, if you live in New York, you know what the Triborough is, but even if you don't live in New York, it was the most genius name for
it connects
three boroughs, so it's the Triborough Bridge. They randomly, you can't rename a bridge people have been on forever. Like, who do you think you are? And by the way, nobody calls it that. Like, no, we're not cottoning to their name change.
To their RFK.
Yeah. Like when, like a taxi driver, they're like, how do you want to get there? They're like, the Triborough? Yeah. Like nobody's calling it the RFK. You can't just rename a bridge. That would be like renaming the Maj de Jean.
Right. And
by the way, so much highway talk today.
I know.
Wait, you know when I think of the highway?
Which, by the way, we've never spoken about highways, and here we are opening up new pockets.
Totally. When I think of the highway, do you know what I think about?
That
weirdly?
life is a highway?
Well, it is, but no.
What?
Weirdly, I think of David Bador, because that's the work that he does. And he was always getting up early. That's why they were sleeping in different beds. And he was getting up early because he had to do like highway construction, like before people got up.
Well, they should have sent him to Genoa because the people who are responsible for this.
It's so, and you know what's annoying? Like if this was like our fault, like we would be brought to justice. But like when it's the government's fault, it's just like, oops.
It's the blame game, and then they'll just,
like no one goes to jail for this.
They'll circle jerk each other until we forget. But honestly, this is the sort of shit that like, I'm not gonna forget. Like now every time I take a bridge, like I'm gonna think of Genoa. And also like using public transportation just requires so much faith in the government. Like even highways that aren't even that tall as a bridge, like you're just trusting the fact that those 1900s workers that P.T. Barnum, when he went to go build the railroad, didn't fuck up.
Totally, such a good call.
You know?
We put so much trust, just like every time I get into a car, I'm trusting that every car around me isn't just gonna like ram themselves into me. We're like blindly trusting people we don't know. Cab drivers, Uber drivers, they could kill us.
Yeah, well that's a whole that's a whole other thing. But no, even if they're not intending to kill you, like just human error. Like literally a 12-year-old built the railroads in the 1800s.
Totally, and he was hungry, P.T. Barnum. He didn't even have strength.
Right, he was selling newspapers out of the trash. If only he had the Supreme cover, he would have made it big.
Totally. Did you ever get one?
No, and I didn't follow up on it, but we're seeing Greatest Showman tonight, and I'm so excited. It's at Pier 17 outdoors, and it's gonna be the first time in a while I've watched it from front to back, and I'm gonna turn my phone off because I want to just.
And that's like a huge premium
it.
theater screen experience.
Right, and that's how you have to see Greatest Showman, except for you on a plane.
I love watching it on a plane. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Except me and Margot looked up our flight to Raleigh, and there's no TVs, so I had to download the 1989 World Tour, which I'll be okay.
You should get an iPad.
By the way, I've been thinking more and more about getting an iPad.
I think that you really should, especially for all your travels. That's when it's best for me because it's bigger than an airplane TV. You download whatever you want beforehand.
And
then you have this library.
The only thing is that I would still bring my computer because I'm a workaholic these days.
But an iPad's not heavy.
No, but like for writing emails.
No, I bring my iPad and my computer when I travel.
Oh, so like what's the point of bringing two?
But I don't use my computer on the plane. I just think it makes a difference. Like this iPad, you can just prop up anywhere.
Well, I was thinking when you're gone, like, what am I to do for the stories?
Ooh.
I'll have to get a tablet.
A Windows?
Margaret, did you send me Dear Toasters?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. She's such a good snitch turn.
But you have 800 emails. I don't really know. Like I sent it to one that exists.
Okay. I have. Yeah, I know. Did you make them good?
Yeah.
Well-rounded?
Well-rounded.
Okay.
Just like the
ignore
show?
The first two that I sent you there at the bottom, they're very similar and not very necessary.
Okay. Sounds like you made a mistake.
Thank you, sister.
No, thank you, sister. Thank you, sister.
Also, what's crazy about this story is right now there's no video of the bridge collapsing, and Daily Mail is like out here being like, if you were there, email Chris at the Daily Mail.
Sometimes it's like enough. Like when the paparazzi were taking pictures of Bethany at Dennis's funeral, like, stop.
That was inhumane.
Because not only is Dennis not a celebrity, his family is not famous. Like, they didn't deserve that. And those pictures of Bethany, like, it's such an intimate, like, sad moment. Like, I refuse to, like, people were sending them to me, like, to post on the Toast Instagram.
No,
I'm like, I would never. Like, that is such a line I do not cross.
Invasion of privacy.
And
Even if he was a public figure, like, pictures at a funeral, like, how vile are you?
No, but now I'm thinking of, like, when other famous people have died. Like, I didn't see any pictures from, like, Joan Rivers' funeral.
I think you saw some pictures outside the funeral, but that
outside, yes,
right, but not at the burial site.
No, right, like Same with Bobby. Like there were cameras. Bravo didn't film inside. There were no cameras inside. Just outside on the street, which is like public, whatever. And those were not as bad. Like them literally burying Dennis, like that was so invasive. I literally couldn't believe that people were sharing it on Instagram. I was not going to contribute to the cesspool that is the paparazzi. Like where do we draw the line as a community? We don't.
Do you think those were paparazzi pictures or like
yes,
people?
Paparazzi, because I think they were really far away and zoomed in.
Oh.
Which only like a paparazzi camera could do.
Horrible.
And if you're a person visiting someone at a cemetery and you see Bethany and you take a picture of her at a burial, like you're the devil. I don't think people like that exist. I don't know.
You never know.
People continue to surprise me in ways that they can be evil.
Agreed. Are you ready for our fifth and final story, which is actually some fun, exciting news?
We breezed right through those, sure.
We really did, because we have a lot to get to today. There's a new Girl Scout cookie coming out next year, and it sounds delicious. Girl Scout cookie season is one of the best times of the year, with Scouts finding creative ways to sell cookies, and even celebrity moms like Jennifer Garner joining in on the excitement. But in 2019, cookie fans will have yet another reason to celebrate. For the first time since the year the s'mores cookie joined the family, cookie lovers will have a new option to add to their orders of Thin Mints and Samoas: caramel chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh.
Starting January 2nd, the official start of the Girl Scout cookie selling season, didn't know that, the new treat will be available in select areas across the country. The chewy cookie is made with caramel, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and boasts a hint of sea salt in every bite. The cookie is also gluten-free, making it the second gluten-free option in the collection following the return of Toffee-tastic.
So
That
close.
sounds good.
So close.
You almost... but I guess like kids these days have such
Right.
allergies. Everyone's a celiac.
Also, why mess with perfection when it comes to Girl Scouts? You know what's so weird? Like Girl Scouts is like this big thing that I never experienced.
No.
We were not Girl Scouts. Growing up, I never even heard of someone who was a Girl Scout. Apparently, it's this like national thing. Meanwhile, I didn't know anyone growing up who was a Girl Scout. But a lot of the people who signed up for Camp Toast, when they were like writing notes in the group, they're like, I went to Girl Scout camp, like I was a Girl Scout my whole life, and like I literally want to go back to Girl Scout camp as an adult, but I think that's weird, so I'd just go to Camp Toast.
So maybe our version of Girl Scouts was like when we went to camp. But also, I feel like Girl Scouts just isn't a very Jewish thing.
Right, that's what I was going to say next.
Camp is like, we just supplemented it with camp.
Right. I don't know, I feel like definitely sending my daughter to a Girl Scout would be like a good thing for them. I feel like you learn good values at Girl Scouts.
Good values, good skills to have, like how to start a fire.
Yeah, they're a very well-run company. I've never heard of any drama with the Girl Scouts.
No.
Now someone's gonna like bring it up to me, but for
Right.
the most part, I think they're untouched.
And I feel like I could imagine things that could happen there, but it seems pretty kosher.
Okay, but like when someone started Girl Scouts, like what was the idea? Like, hey, let's get a bunch of kids together and give them patches. Like,
Well,
what
no,
was the
okay.
impetus?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say it started with Boy Scouts, as all things
Oh,
do.
true.
And they just wanted
Teach
boys,
them how to be a man.
Teach them how to be a man.
Yeah.
Go
Rub some dirt in it.
Exactly.
I got it.
Start a fire, congregate with other boys, and then the girls were like, we can do this too, and then they made Girl Scouts and they made better cookies, and now Girl Scouts are taking over and Boy Scouts can grab a spoon.
Totally. Also, I want to talk about Thin Mints because I've actually never had like Girl Scout branded Thin Mints, but I've had like a Thin Mint cookie before. And I want to say,
Have you ever had Girl Scout branded Thin Mints?
I don't think so.
I
Where
guess
do you
'cause-
get them?
I'll tell you how I've had them. If you work in a corporate office, someone with kids is always bringing in their kids' Girl Scout cookies and selling them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where does the money go? To fund Girl Scouts?
I believe so.
Is Girl Scouts like a nonprofit? I don't know. It seems like a Boys and Girls Club. Like it's like just like an after-school program for like good kids.
Right, and that requires funding.
Right.
Also, like, where do they produce these cookies? Like, they
Right.
need factory money.
True.
Also, like, that movie, The Boss.
Yes.
Yes.
And that other movie, the Wes Anderson movie that was absolutely terrible.
Moonlight River Shine.
Yeah. Moonshine?
Moon.
Margot, look it up. Wes Anderson
Say-
Girl Scout movie.
Moon.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Honestly, I'm about to say something controversial. Like Wes Anderson's movies suck. Like whoever, like the message he's trying to convey, I don't get it. I am not the target audience for a Wes Anderson movie. I want a movie that is obviously funny. Like the joke is not like hard or like the message isn't like difficult to understand. Like that other movie, no, that's the only one I've seen.
No,
Moonrise
Grand
Kingdom.
Budapest Hotel.
I didn't see it.
I rented it once, and I literally turned it on for a minute. I was like, I can't do this.
By the way, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying his movies are bad. Like
They're just not for you.
they're very specific and like they're art films, but they're mainstream like accepted art films, and I don't get it.
Have you ever seen Royal Tenenbaums, though?
No, but I know Margot, so.
If you were ever to like a Wes Anderson movie, it would be that one. That
Okay,
one
fine.
is good. But the modern day ones, they just like look pretty, and I like the posters. But yeah, I'm with you, sis. Moonrise Kingdom, that was a movie that was not made for me, and I can
Yeah.
understand. And not everything is for me.
And like the kids are in the tent, like touching each other, like I don't know.
And like
I
running
didn't
away
get
from
it.
home.
Yeah, no, I didn't get it. And the parents were like fighting at home, like your kid's running away. Like That will not be a toaster movie of the week.
No.
But maybe Royal Tenenbaums will be.
Yeah, just because I want you to see it. You might not like it, but I just want to hear your thoughts.
What was the story?
What was the
Oh,
story?
Girl Scouts, yeah.
Girl Scouts.
Oh, so my thought was going to say, like, yes, they're very good, but have you ever had Snackwell's, like, their version of the Thin Mint, which it's a fat mint?
Yes.
It's a thick mint?
Yes.
They're, like, big, fluffy Thin Mints, and they have, like, dough cookie in them. Like, they're so good.
You guys, Snackwells are everything.
Oh, my God.
We have to
Snackwell's
get
the most
Snackwell's
underrated brand.
at Camp Toast.
Yes, such a good call. They actually have them when we were there.
No, I know, and we need to double up on the order.
So when we were in camp, they used to get, what are they called? Devil's food?
No, the vanilla...
No, the other ones.
Oh, Devil's
the brown
food,
one.
yeah,
the brown
something
ones.
like that.
Margot?
Can you Google Snackwell's Devils?
Devil
Yeah.
cake? No.
Something. Okay, I got it.
Devil mint? Oh, you're a slow typer.
Yeah, wow. Her
It's
nails
called
are too long.
Devil's Food cookie cake.
Devil's
Yeah.
food. We used to dip them in peanut butter, and it was so good. Those cookies are like the fat version of Thin Mints, like the thick mints. They're delicious, and thank you for putting a spotlight on Snackwell's. Everything Snackwell's makes is amazing. Who owns Snackwell's? Is it a Pillsbury brand? What is it, Nabisco?
I think it's its own thing. Can you Google that too, sis?
Yes.
I would like to take a trip to the factory and like dip my head in like the cream filling that goes into the Snackwell's.
Nature Foods Company.
Oh, I don't
What
know
else
them.
do they own?
I'm on it.
Go to Wikipedia subsidiaries.
Snackwell's is just such...
A premium brand.
A
If
premium-
anyone, you know what they say, you put things in the universe. If any of the toasters work for Snackwell's, I would very much like a big shipment of all the cookies. And I feel like they were like a brand very popular when we were kids, and now they're like a novelty item, but I want to bring them back into the mainstream.
I totally agree.
Like walking into, there was one deli by one of Ben's old apartments. It was like, I don't even know what it was. It was like a halal deli, and they sold Snackwell's.
When I worked at iHeartRadio, they had a snack section.
Stand.
And they had Snackwell's, the vanilla cookie one, sandwiches, which are my favorite Snackwell's.
Me too.
And that would always be, like, I wouldn't have them every day because I was, like, trying to be good.
Yeah.
But that would always be how I treated myself.
But now, if you go into a store and you get like the little mini packs, I often find that they're stale.
Right, because they've been there for
Like,
100
they're not just-
years.
they've just
and
been
you can't
discontinued.
buy, like, a big one.
At this halal deli, you could buy like a box like you would buy for your family.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like the mini packages, personalized.
You know where we need to go? Economy Candy. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's on the Lower East Side. It's literally like it's a garage, and you like open the door, and it's like the biggest candy store in the world. And they have like old school candies. Like if you're looking for an old candy, they have it. They're like Sky Bars. Remember Sky Bars from camp? They have like every old school candy that you like remember from your childhood that's no longer made. They have it. It's literally like heaven.
Well, when we go up to Camp Toast American Candle,
Oh, that's also a great candy. So they have Sky Bars there.
they have everything there, and it's like you fill up a bag, and it's $1 per pound of candy. It's insane, and they sell a lot of candles too. But if you're coming to Camp Toast, you got to stop there on your way up.
Honestly,
we'll bring
like,
the bus there.
The trip up to Camp Toast is like a fat person's dream. They have just like the most.
The worst place to put a fat camp.
Totally, because when we were counselors, you were able to leave once a day and then every other night. And there is this place called Gabelle's, which is just like, it literally is like a hut on the side of the road. And you go over, and it's this ice cream place. And they have, till this day, I've never had birthday cake ice cream quite as good. It's vanilla ice cream mixed with chunks of like funfetti cake.
Oh my God.
And sprinkles. It's so good. And they also have a frozen yogurt place. Like there's
They
literally
also have a place called Nybor's. It's a coffee place, but it's actually a garage, and you
Yeah.
pull up, and it's this big, and it's the most delicious iced coffee, every flavor, everything, and it's the original Guzzler. It comes this big, and you drink the whole thing, and it's
It's
the
like a
best-
liter.
And you can get like sugar-free flavors of everything, so it's like not even fattening, and it's the best coffee in the world. I agree. Mark Snitch agrees.
I agree.
Olivia agrees.
I don't even drink coffee, but I'll drink that.
Yeah.
It's the best coffee in the world.
It's amazing.
And they have 2 locations, I think. So if you're driving up to Camp Toast, like, take some time to explore your surroundings. It's just that one road. I don't know the name, but wherever Nybor's is, like, on your right, there's Nybor's. Left
It's
is
the main
Cabell's.
street.
It's the main street
You
in
have to
Poconos.
take that road to get to the camp anyway. And then there's also the outlets if you're looking to do a little shopping.
Oh, yeah. It's actually like a flourishing area.
No, totally. Or you could go to Great Wolf Lodging and gamble.
Waterside. Oh, and there's also a casino, Mount Aria.
Yeah.
We gotta spend some time there. We're going up a couple days early to, like, explore the campgrounds.
Right, to make sure everything's all settled for
Yeah,
you guys.
I'm also setting up my bunk. Like, I'm bringing legit, like, a feather bed and, like, a queen-size down mattress.
shit, I have
we
to
have
do
to
that
figure
too.
out where we're bunking.
Yeah, we're bunked together.
Yeah.
Shot top bunk.
It's all yours.
Just kidding, I have a fear of heights. Anyways, speaking of prestigious brands, The Founder.
Okay. So this week's Toast Movie of the Week, which is something we started about 2 weeks ago, where we just want to expand our minds, expand our palates. We want to watch movies we don't normally watch. Like, I've seen Mean Girls 100 times, I've seen Clueless 100 times, I've seen Legally Blonde 100 times, but sometimes it's, like, interesting to watch an interesting movie.
Yes, a true interesting movie or even a not true interesting movie and something that's just going to make you think and put your mind, like talking about highways. Like,
Yeah.
give your mind something fresh to think about other than your own shit.
So this week's was The Founder, starring Michael Keaton. He plays Ray Kroc, and it is the story of how the brand McDonald's came to be like the multi-billion-dollar franchise that it is today. And the movie can be summed up in one word, and it's just pit.
Pit, it's called unfairness, it's called cheaters always win. That's the moral of the story, because like on the one hand, people are saying yes, Ray Kroc was a piece of shit, but he was a smart businessman. And I actually do not agree. He was not a smart businessman. Any good idea he ever had came from somewhere else.
BJ Novak was the unsung hero.
Right. Even like what actually made him all the money is the fact that he started investing in the land of the McDonald's store, so he became like as BJ Novak said, like he's investing in real estate, not in burgers. But that wasn't even his idea. It's like he was just the ultimate fraud, but cheaters always prosper. That was the moral of the story for me.
I got the biggest pit at the end when like I can't speak English, where like when he died, he like didn't even give his money to his family.
No, and there's like a few things that...
Oh, and justice for Laura Linney, whatever her name is. Laura Dern. The wife who sat at home every night while he was selling those stupid knives.
While he was being a loser.
Loser.
He was such a loser.
But it was making me like long for like a McDonald's that was like glam and like a spot for people to hang out. Now it's like dirty and like scary.
Right. It's not what it once was, but that's what happens when you tarnish the brand.
Yeah.
But like,
and
even
you know
though
who's in the
he
movie?
was a colossal piece of shit, like there were a few things that he could have done just to like, I don't know, sleep well at night, think he might be going to heaven. Like he could have made good on his promise to give like 1%.
Well, so my problem with the whole movie is like, honestly, I could understand everything he did up until that moment, because yes, it was like kind of fucked up, but like when you're in business, like you gotta be a shark. Like I didn't agree with it, but I could understand it. And then when he said in a verbal agreement that he would give those McDonald brothers 1% of the business for eternity and never followed up on it, that is when he completely lost me. Like that was so fucked up, because what he did to those brothers was so unforgivable, but compensating them with 1% of a multi-billion-dollar business is like, okay, you know?
For sure. They could live with it. And then also opening up the McDonald's across the street was just like the nail in the coffin for me.
And making them change their name.
When it's their fucking
last name. Also, something I really loved about the movie is just the random cameos. Patrick Wilson, who was in our Toast movie last week, Little Children, he played the guy who owned the restaurant.
Yes.
And then he bought a couple franchises. And Linda Cardellini was his wife, who is Chutney. I thought it was you walking through the front door.
She's the professional mistress.
Yes.
She's also a mistress in Mad Men.
Is she?
Yes.
No, like the random cameos I was living for. Great casting, whoever did it.
No, it's just a great film. It's a crazy story, and it's Pittsville,
And
USA.
it's also just an interesting story. I feel like it's not well known how McDonald's came to be the thing that it is, when it's so salacious that like people should know about it, you know?
Yeah.
People love a little corporate drams.
Love. And it's like you think McDonald's is owned by the McDonald's family, but it is not.
Right, you always think like when you meet someone with the last name McDonald, like, are they rich as hell?
No, they were screwed as hell.
Totally. One of the toasters said like her family is actually McDonald, like they were related.
To
the McDonald's.
Of course they were.
Of course.
Because like the toast is just the center of the universe.
And the toast is literally like a culmination of all things good and pure.
And the toast is the greatest show.
Toast is the greatest show. Head to our IGTV for the most premium video about our comeuppance.
It really, like, it makes the part where it's everything you ever want, it's everything you ever need with a picture from Toaster Meetups, like, that really got to me. You guys should really watch it. You might be featured in it.
Now that do you have any other thoughts on?
On The Founder? No, just keep in mind, cheaters always prosper, you guys, like, so keep on cheating.
And if you are in business and you want to get ahead, just steal other people's ideas.
Right, because it's really working for other people.
No, by the way, it's so true. Like, everyone steals from us, and like, whoever steals from us, like, they have so many more viewers than us.
Right.
Cheaters always prosper.
That's the moral of the story, and we got to start cheating, Claude. They're accusing us anyway.
Let's assign a new movie of the week.
Oh, we have it on our list.
We have a whole list. Which one do you want to do?
Can I see the list?
Yes, it's at the bottom. This is an important decision. Give us a moment.
You know what? I want to do something I haven't seen. Let's do the Preppy Connection.
Okay. I'm so glad that you chose that, because I've seen it, and Margot's seen it too, so she can vouch for me this time. It is an unknown movie, and I remember when it came out, one of our friends was like a producer on it, and he was like, come see this movie, and I was like, please.
Yeah.
And then I ended up watching it on Netflix and didn't realize that it was the movie he had been bothering us about, and like wished that I had went.
Because he invited us to the premiere, but it was like all the way out in the Hamptons.
Yeah. It's called The Preppy Connection. Where did we watch it? It's somewhere.
Netflix.
It's easy to find. It's on Netflix. It is a movie just about like a boarding school. I'm just gonna give you that. It's so interesting the turn. Like you do not think you know. You think you know what this movie's about, but
I
you
love
don't.
a good movie like that. I'm gonna watch it on one of my flights. I have a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do it week by week. So next Wednesday. Oh, you're not here.
Okay, so let's do it for the following Monday.
Okay, so we'll give you a week and a half to watch this movie. It is a fantastic movie. If you've seen it already, don't spoil it for everyone. It's a really good movie. I think you guys will like it. There's nobody you know in it. It's technically like an art film.
The girl from Vampire Diaries, which is Cincha's favorite movie, is in it.
I don't
the
know
blonde
her.
Girl.
Vampire Diaries or Vampire Academy?
Vampire Academy.
She's
sorry.
so pretty, the main girl.
Oh, and that should be, I'll add that to the list. That's a fun movie that people should see. It's like a Wild Child, which is also on the list.
But
we'll
like
get
that's
there.
not what we're trying to do with the Toast movie of the week.
No, but we're also just trying to show you movies that you wouldn't have seen that are great movies that you need in your repertoire.
Okay. So this week we got Preppy Connection. Make sure to watch it. You have a week and a half to watch. We will recap it next week.
Can't wait. Okay, are you guys ready for some Dear Toasters? I'm so excited to hear what's going on in your lives.
They were handpicked by Margot. Oh my God, okay, she forwarded me $1 million.
Okay.
It's about the pasta, friend with a drug problem. Dear Claudia and Jackie, in the past few months, my best friend has gone through some hard life changes. Her boyfriend left her, and as a result, she was forced to move out of her apartment and move back in with her parents. She works in retail with a college degree, so her parents are hard on her to do more with her life, so she wasn't thrilled to move back in with them. I tried to do my best friend duty and be supportive of her, but she began to push me away, sleep around, and started partying almost every night, major drugs involved. It's gotten to the point where she's completely abandoned our friendship, even after being confronted about it, and several people have approached me asking if she's okay because she looks absolutely terrible. We've been best friends for almost 10 years, and I thought she'd be my maid of honor in my wedding. Feeling like I've lost her as a friend is awful for me, but I'm also worried about her bad habits. She's pushed me away, so what do I do? Thanks, Toasters. Love you long time.
Wow.
So I don't know, I'm like torn about this because like, if someone doesn't want your help, you can't help them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And try as you may, you're not gonna get through to them until they want help.
Right.
So like, is it worth like your time, energy, and like sadness to like invest in this girl if she's not interested?
And to lament the loss of a friendship when the person you were friends with doesn't really exist anymore.
And I'm sorry, like this is gonna sound really harsh, but like a boyfriend breaking up with you is like not like trauma. Like a death is trauma, an illness is trauma. Like, so like,
if she can't just, like, it's not the boyfriend, like.
Right. And I just have a hard time with this because, like, as someone who's went through, like, 2 major traumas in terms of, like, deaths of people really close to me, like, I have a hard time when people are like, you know, my something, you know, and I'm like, really? Like, I know real pain. And I know that's, like, not a stance I should take because everyone's grief is important.
But
this
like, isn't, a breakup isn't grief.
And, like, not being able to pay your rent sucks. And it's, like, the worst feeling. But it's not something for you to start, like, a tumultuous drug addiction from.
Right, she can't pay her rent, did I miss
No,
that?
she had to move out and she moved back in with her parents because I guess she was living with the boyfriend.
Oh, well, since she's not paying rent, that's why she has money for her drugs. If she's living with her parents and doing drugs under their roof, like, my two things are, I have 2 pieces of advice, 2 different lanes. One, you just got to move on and let her ride this thing out. You tried to help her. She didn't accept your help.
You can't save everyone.
And there's like nothing that you can do until she comes to it herself. Or 2, tell her parents.
Right.
Snitch.
Honestly, sometimes like the worst and best thing you can do for someone is tell their parents.
Yeah.
Because like most like millennials like live in fear of their parents. Like
right.
You grew up like your parents were in charge. That's a good call.
Yeah, like I love when someone's like bullying someone on the internet and then like the person, I feel like a few celebrities have done that, they like email their parents.
Good.
Like, do you know that your child is being a troll on the internet?
It's important for them to know. And parents really have no idea what goes on in their kids' lives.
Right.
Especially these days with like the phones and the internet. Like they have no idea.
Like if I found out that my child was a troll on the internet, like
oh my God, I'd
that's
be
the
so
worst.
embarrassed.
I think that's the worst thing I could find out
Dragging
about my
our
child.
good name through the mud.
That or that they're being like that they are bullies at school, but it's the same thing. You're just a
yeah,
bully on
no,
the internet.
I mean kids are inherently evil, and I never cease to be amazed by the new levels, the new heights of evil kids reach. Like when you hear about like kids who are like so viciously bullied in school, like by just like, you know, my friend's kid, like you know, it's like, and they were raised well. It's not like they're raised by evil people. It's like kids who have normal lives, that grow up in the suburbs, in middle class families. Like they have no like strife in their life, and they turn out to be evil.
I agree.
Kids are crazy.
It's like the movie Wonder, except he was raised by mean people.
I didn't see that movie because I saw the trailer and I just broke down. Like I literally was so upset by it, I couldn't watch it.
It's so upsetting. Like the beginning, just like the bullying. It's like, oh my god.
Jacob Tremblay in Room. Like Jacob Tremblay is a walking pit because he always plays like a sad kid. And Room was like a lot for me. It took me like almost a year to like muster up the courage to watch Room.
I still haven't.
I don't think I will ever watch Wonder. Like it looks so sad.
It's sad, but like it's happy, but it's also it's just.
Well, Room is technically
lot.
happy too.
But I wouldn't watch Wonder now. Like, I only watch Wonder because I wanted to go to the movies, and like sometimes I'll watch things that I wouldn't normally watch. But like once it's on like my TV, no. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's an in-theater kind of experience.
Yeah. Anyways, tell her parents.
Dear Toasters, by the way, if you guys want to submit to Dear Toasters, all you have to do is email deartoasters@gmail. We're talking everything. We're talking drugs, apparently. We talk wedding stuff, work stuff, relationship stuff, literally anything you need help with. I feel like we offer good advice, responsible advice.
I feel like we do. And this is the one of the few cases in life where snitches is. Snitches, you should snitch.
You should snitch, yeah. Oh, by the way, never in life should you snitch unless it's to someone's parents for like the better of their daughter or son's livelihood.
Agreed. Next up.
Hello, you beautiful people. Ready off to a good start.
Oh my God, Seems like you have it all figured out.
What could you need advice from us for? Oh my God, I can't speak English today. So I've been dating my boyfriend for 5 years now, living together for a little over a year. Everything is wonderful. We're super in love. There's one weird issue. My best friend makes it seem like she's legitimately in love with him. I'm normally thrilled when my friends get along with him, and I thought I would feel the same to have my best friend be so close to him. But this particular situation has been giving me a weird pit. Definitely worthy of a pit.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse in the past year. There's been times where we've attended her family functions and she's videoed her siblings having conversations with him because she was so excited. What? She tells him he looks good whenever she sees him, and her social media makes it look like he's her man. I've asked my boyfriend if it's just me being crazy hormonal bitch, and even he thinks it's super weird. When does the third wheel go too far? Do I say to her that this is bothering me, or do I just let it go? Further clarification, this is not worth losing her as a friend, and by no means do I think my boyfriend is going anywhere. But I do think there is a way for me to send her some signals that she needs to ease up a little. Is that selfish to want to make her feel a little uncomfortable to prevent it from annoying me for years to come?
Okay, the third wheel has gone too far. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen even like other couples. Like I know what you're saying, and it's fucking weird. And there's something weird about her, and she needs to get her own man.
And by the way, where there's smoke in a situation like this, like there's fire. She's in love with him. It's not like her just being like a good friend.
No,
no friend is that good.
No, it's weird and it's creepy. And I mean, personally, I wouldn't say something because I would feel like
so awkward.
A leopard doesn't change its spots. Like, she knows what she's doing. If she's your friend, and you're so in tune, like you called us beautiful, like she obviously is with it too. Right. And this isn't all an accident. So what I would do, because I'm not confrontational,
I know what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna say the same exact
thing.
Is
that I would distance myself. And you know what? Maybe she'll get her own life, and then you guys can come back together as a foursome. But this third wheel, it's a flat tire, man.
And she said she doesn't want to lose this girl as a friend, so maybe not distance, but just like stop putting this girl and your boyfriend in the same room so much. Hang out with her alone. Like,
agreed.
It's good to have girl time. You don't need your boyfriend to be everywhere that this girl is.
Your boyfriend doesn't need to be at her family event.
Functions,
that's weird. You should be there. You're her friend. Your man can stay home.
Honestly, you need to take a little responsibility too, because you obviously have crossed a line if your boyfriend's coming to like her brother's bar mitzvah, whatever the function was.
And also, like, he's your boyfriend, so like he doesn't have to be there. Like, once you're engaged, like he can come, and also like then that gives you like more of a tether to him, and she might get the picture. But yeah, I would keep him away.
You're both at fault, honestly. Like,
you're a little naive. But no good deed.
No fucking good deed. I never understood what that phrase meant, because it was like in Home Alone and they were saying it. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about with the woman with the pigeons? And then I started doing nice things for people and it never went my favor. And then I was like, really? No good deed goes unpunished.
No, I understood it from Wicked.
Well, it's a double negative.
No good deed. How does it go?
I don't know. I don't even know what that's from.
It's a song from Wicked. No good deed goes unpunished. And it's really true.
Okay, but it's a double negative. No good deed goes unpunished. So it's like a good deed goes punished. That's an easier way to understand it.
I guess.
But that just sounds worse.
Or you just do a good deed once and you'll understand.
Yeah. Help someone one time. You'll be cured. This is our final one. Hi, Jackie and Claudia. Hopeless, helpless, romantic. I'm a big fan and typically listen to the show every day at my internship. It's a lifesaver. Typically? Doesn't sound super consistent. Anyway, I met this guy on Hinge and we went on a date together. It was the best night I've ever had. We had a ton of fun together. He followed up immediately and asked me to get lunch during work 2 times the following week. We eventually had another amazing night together where I met some of his friends and slept over. We texted every day, talked almost every hour. However, for the last 2 weeks, I can feel something is off because he cancels plans he organizes with me, responds to casual texts hours later, and says he's been super busy at work. I distanced myself and eventually last week asked if there was something that altered his outlook on me. Again, he said no and that he's just been super busy but wants me to see me before we start school. Keep in mind I always see him on social media with his friends hanging out. What do I do? Or do I say something to him when he reaches out again?
Here's the thing, and like it's hard when you're in it to see this, but sometimes when you start dating someone, like it's too much too soon.
Too fast.
And like then all of a sudden you guys went on one date 2 weeks later, it seems as if you are his girlfriend, and
With
it's
his
like
friends.
he was just on Hinge, like he's freaking out because that's what boys do because they're immature as fuck, and you kind of have to like ease into these things. It's, as our friend Danny says, it starts to stink like fish.
Is that what she says?
Yeah.
I just got your reference, sorry. No, I had another thought. This is the same thing we said last week with your toasters. It's like, in a relationship like this, boys are so fucking stupid. Literally, the only thing you have to do to make it work in your favor is just be elusive. Stop answering. Like, don't be so available. Like, the way you're feeling now about him is the way he should feel about you. Like, you don't respond to his texts. It's so simple, and like, playing games is stupid, but when you're at a certain age and a boy is playing a game, you have to play back if you want to win. Stop fucking answering him. Don't be so available. Like, don't be like, what's wrong, babe? Like, let him ask you what's wrong.
And also, like, he's not your boyfriend yet, so
Go on dates.
my go-to would be like, you can't have that conversation of, is everything okay? Like, if you feel it in your stomach that something's not right, and
trust your gut.
He's a piece of shit, and yeah, you had a good time with him, but it's easy to have a good time with someone when you don't know them. All you guys do is talk about surface level things and drink and have a good time. Like, so you can have that with someone else. It's really like, who's there the next morning for you? And it doesn't seem like it's this guy. I would keep going out with other people. He'll probably come around, but by then it'll be too late. And you sound like a great gal, so just get back out there. And this is a very normal thing, unfortunately, because boys are pieces of shit.
Boys are, like, girls can be the worst, but boys are really the fucking worst.
Well, because it's like, I could just see this guy. It's like he joined Hinge. He's trying to play the field. All of a sudden, he's wifed up. And it's like, it doesn't matter how great you are. It's like, this isn't what I signed up for.
Right.
You know? Like, I wanted to date for a while. Because guys don't think like girls do, like, oh, wow, this connection is something special. I should cherish it.
Let me delete my app.
Right.
Yeah. Girls get really ahead of themselves.
They're like, oh, this connection is something special. I can go find more of those on Hinge.
If you listen to one thing I said on today's show, elusivity is key. Elusiveness is key. Stop fucking answering. Bitches are so available these days, and guys don't want that. Like, as lame as it sounds, like, they want what they can't have, so give them what they can't have.
Right, and we said at the last year toasters, make yourself scarce.
Yeah, scarcity is key.
Scarcity is key, and it's like, I don't like people who play games. Like, you don't have to play hard to get, but just play busy.
Right, like, pretend like you have a life.
Right, and like, you've got shit going on. You're going on other dates too.
That's the key, and people are like, it's so hard to find a man. People don't know this, and that's why I'm trying to educate. Like, it's not that hard. Honestly, that episode of Sex and the City put it perfectly. Either A, he's just not that into you, which is fine. Not everyone has to like everyone, Tia and Colton. Like, sometimes it just doesn't work out. 2, elusiveness is key.
Yeah. You gotta finesse.
When I was dating Ben and it was like things were rocky, my friend Alicia's mom told me something and she was like, it's a genius. She's like, you have to ignore men. She's like, my husband calls me a million times a day. Sometimes I pick up, sometimes I don't. You gotta ignore men. It was the best advice I ever got.
And also, like in Sex and the City, when they're talking about men are like taxis and it's just all about timing, like you can have that like immediate connection with someone, and if he is so like if he has been on Hinge for years and he's been waiting for this, like then you guys are this and it's great. But like it's just not his time, you know?
It's just not his time. Truer words have never been spoken, Jackie.
Thank you.
Wow, we got so much done today, and we're right on time. We have 2 more minutes. Anybody want to say anything else?
I know you didn't watch Bachelor in Paradise, so I'll just recap it in 2 minutes for those of you who did. I know, it's so bad, and the editing last night was out of control. They were showing like Jordan saying something and then cutting to Annalise, and it's like clear that they're not talking to each other. They're just like making conversations and they're just making shit up. And
that's a new level.
This goes back to my point yesterday. So Caroline Lunny came in and she is, first of all, she was so nervous. She was so cute. She like didn't know how to ask to go to the bathroom. And she's like standing there in front of the cameras and trying to talk to Joe. She's like, can I just, like, it was so funny.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
And so a lot of the guys are taken or suck, and she winds up asking out John, the Venmo guy.
Okay.
And they have a really nice time. And like, she was just like, I usually just go for jocks and I just want to try something different. So she was really being open and she had a good time. And the next day she's like excited about it. And then they bring in Jubilee, who's there to date John too. And they're like 2 nerds and they're perfect together and they have a great date. And it's like, you're going to fuck over a great girl like that? Like, what are you trying to happen in paradise? Like, what's
it's
your
like they don't want any matches.
Right. And it's like the premise of paradise is inherently fucked up because you get to stay if you have a connection, therefore leaving fewer and fewer people who are actually looking to make connections.
That is such a good point.
You know, like at a certain point, like Jade and Tanner should have gone to a honeymoon suite and bring in 2 fresh people. Because,
totally.
Like, we need the freshness. It gets like really stale.
Marcus and Lacey.
And there are just, I can't stress it enough. There are so many eligible, legitimate girls there. Tia, Caroline now, Bibiana, like
that is so
Jubilee,
true. The boys.
I miss Jubilee so much. I forgot how much I liked her. She's from Ben's season, and like
I know.
She's a war
in
hero,
the army.
and she's such a nerd. And her and John like actually had a cute date, and I enjoyed it as much as I could, even though like I was
waiting for him back at the house.
Right. And
but who gave him the rose? Oh, Chelsea. No, who gave him the rose?
Last week, I think just a friend.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, none of these we need better guys. And I figured out the reason why the guys suck. Oh my God, I figured it out. It's the timing, because The Bachelorette just ended, and now there were a couple of eligible guys from Becca's season, but they're all waiting around to become The Bachelor, that they're not going on Paradise. So if we had Jason there, if we even had Blake there, and then like Ben Higgins might go on, might be The Bachelor, like he would be great in Paradise.
And because all these guys are from Becca's season, they're new, they're like fresh to like this Z-list fame, and they're not trying to have a girlfriend. They're trying to like DM hookers in every city that they go to and like have sex with them. Like they're not really there for the right reasons because they're loving this newfound fame.
And the few quality guys from her season are waiting to become The Bachelor, so they're not going to go to Paradise because they don't want to seem thirsty, and that didn't work for anyone except Nick Viall because for some reason his thirst was rewarded. However, all the eligible Bachelorettes from Ari's season already found out they weren't going to be The Bachelorette.
And now they're ready to go.
And so they went. So it really is a contradiction in itself, and that's why we have like the worst crop of guys, because the good guys want to be The Bachelor.
Right, good call.
So the timing, we got to shift the timing. That's why they should announce The Bachelorette after the final rose. They shouldn't wait till September. So the guys who know they're not going to be The Bachelor
can go on Paradise.
And because the guys who aren't The Bachelor then spend the next year being thirsty, showing their true colors, and then by the time they go on Paradise,
everyone hates them.
They're a piece of shit anyway. So
like that's what happened with Robbie.
Right.
That's such a good call.
I figured it all out. I feel like
they should switch it up. Like they should swap where The Bachelor is and where The Bachelorette is, so that by the time it's Paradise, the boys know. Because really, like, all the girls who come on the show are like quality girls. Like some of them are annoying, but like for the most part, they really do all like want relationships. And so no matter who it's going to be, even if it's not like the final three that didn't make it, you're still going to get good girls.
Yeah.
Good call.
So we got to get those eligible bachelors for The Bachelor to be on Paradise. That's the only way we're going to even the playing field, and we're going to get some real connections. And they should be announcing The Bachelor before people go to Paradise so that they know what's up. Like, even Peter's in the running for being The Bachelor. Like, he could go on Paradise. You know?
But he wouldn't
because he's always like waiting to see if The Bachelor's going to make him not propose.
Okay, I agree with your formula, but I don't agree that it applies to
Peter.
Because Peter wouldn't go. Even if they never offered him even if they said to him, "You are never going to be The Bachelor," he would not go on Paradise.
I agree, but even like last season, Eric was number 3, and he didn't go to Paradise because there was a
shot.
He would have been great in Paradise last season, but now
when he came on our show, and it was like the week before they announced it, he really thought he was going to be The Bachelor.
Right, and so that's why he didn't go to Paradise. But if he went to Paradise last season and people still remembered him as the guy who was like so ready to propose to Rachel instead of now like this goofball doing like the Carlton
with a podcast,
actually hilarious. Like it would have been
such a good point.
It would have been better last season. So we got to get The Bachelor announced sooner so that the losers or the non-bachelors can go to Paradise and meet the girls who also could have been bachelorettes but weren't. Like Tia could have been the Bachelorette.
Right. Great.
And if the Bachelorette ad aired when the Bachelor did, Tia wouldn't have gone to Paradise because she thought she might have still been the Bachelorette.
Right. Interesting.
I figured it all out. That's why Paradise makes no goddamn sense on a number of levels.
And that's why they're always pulling people from like random seasons.
And the editing doesn't help.
Also, what we didn't touch on yesterday that I wanted to touch on is a major shout out to Yuki. She is the whole show. I need more Yuki. I need a Yuki spinoff with her and Wells.
I agree. And
like,
Sarah Hyland.
Yeah, like Wells and Yuki are literally the only people I can stand, and they never get on the show.
I agree. And I guess Wells is being like phased out, and Yuki will be the number 1 bartender.
Like, how bored is Wells?
She'll be the number 1 bartender in this group.
How bored is Wells?
I mean, he's got it made in the shade. Like, he
God.
has a blossoming career. He has a great relationship with like a legitimate person.
Celebrity.
And he can like come in and out of Bachelor franchise as he sees fit. He gets his phone in Paradise.
But I was going to say, he definitely has a phone in Paradise.
Yeah. He really, like, he did it right. Totally. The whole thing. Good job.
Yeah, honestly, good job. And what was so funny is because the way he came into the franchise was like so awkward. He made it really far in JoJo's season, and they never kissed. And then they had that really awkward kiss at the Fuerza Bruta, which is that horrible show that it's like a New York attraction. Do not go.
But they went like overseas.
Yeah, no, like to the authentic. I'm sure that one was good. It was like, because they were in some Spanish country, so like it was really authentic.
Yes.
That's so funny. Okay, well, we're back tomorrow, but I'm not. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow. I do believe the show is sold out, but there might be like 1 or 2 VIP tickets left. I don't remember. You can just head to girlwithnojob.com. Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey next week. Just check it out, you know? It's going to be a good time.
Yes, and if you're interested in Campto's tickets, the Eventbrite is at the link in our bio. The password is premium, all caps. Come alone, bring a friend. Your friend doesn't even have to be a toaster. Don't worry, we will convert her.
Yeah, totally.
And it's going to be like a lot of toasty fun, but also just like good camp fun. And it's going to be a fun weekend. Like, aren't you ever just looking for fun?
No,
good,
like
clean
different fun. Different fun.
Activities, hobbies.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll pick up a new hobby, canoeing.
Jet skiing.
Kayaking, ropes
whatever.
course. I can't with the
ropes course.
I'm so
I know.
excited. Rock climbing.
I'm gonna need
There's a rock wall.
I'm gonna need I'm going to need a personal golf cart just like to drive me around camp because like it's kind of big grounds and I'm kind of tired.
No, I think that's it. We worked that into our contract.
Did we? Okay. We got to let them know. Thank you guys so much for watching the #1 morning show, the Millennial Morning Show. I just feel like not enough people know about the morning toast. And it's on our viewers. Just take every week to convert one person. We double our audience every week, you know? Just convert Sally at the water cooler, convert one of your friends. Like, I feel like millennials don't watch morning television because like, what the hell do they need to be watching The View for? Like,
and also because how can you watch at work?
Right. They don't really talk about things you really care about. They don't recap shows you really care about. And that's why we created the Morning Toast. It's the Millennial Morning Show. We go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. every day. We're very accessible. You can watch us on Facebook, so make sure to like us there. You can watch us on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to us there. But then if you're a commuter or if you just enjoy podcasting, we're also available on the podcast app at the Morning Toast. So if you have an Android, you can also listen on SoundCloud. We make it easy.
Yeah. Also, like a great tip when someone's just like complaining about work, which I feel like with a group of friends, everyone is because work sucks. Like instead of like trying to coach them through it, just be like, watch the Morning Toast. It'll change your whole day.
And then, by the way, watch the Morning Toast. You get like 2 hours out of your way. And then join the Morning Toasters Facebook group, which is for the toasters, the fans, the followers, the listeners, just to talk about like breaking news in pop culture, sharing stories about like makeup. Like there's just, you could literally fill your whole, there's a wealth. You could fill your whole day with just actual episodes of The Toast and being active in the toaster community.
And if you convert a new toaster, then they get to watch old episodes of The Toast.
So it's really worth it. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive, for watching every day. We love you. I'm back Monday. Jackie's back tomorrow. Peace.